Welcome back to Australia.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Queensland adventure, and to start us off, we're in a mangrove swamp. Bird life, crab life, wildlife, and important, very important tree life. Enjoy the rest of this episode. So we're just walking along a boardwalk that the council have put in through the mangroves. Listen, wherever we've been so far in Australia, you cannot believe how much money, millions of pounds, the government spend on getting people to access the natural world. A massive push to get school kids and that, schools and school children to access the natural world. Massive resources put into education at all of these sort of facilities, really encouraging people to learn about nature, take care of nature. Massive infrastructure wherever we've gone, and it's always free. Whether there's toilets, car parking, boardwalks, treetop walks, visitor centres. Goodness me, I think England, yeah, those fat cats at the top need to stop squandering the billions of pounds of our money and start putting it back into encouraging people to get off their screens and learn about and care about their natural world. Another osprey. Sadly I didn't get the camera out in time. Mangroves like this are really important. They're a really fast shrinking habitat. Important sea defences and important for so much wildlife around the world. Still over there, look. Oh, that's what we'd have called them. I caught a crab. Look at that little beauty. Right in the centre of the screen, there's a decent sized water skink sitting on the rock there, on that central rock, but we're zoomed full. So this is about the size of a very stretched out wren. There's a little Honey eater of some kind. What does that smell of?
It's really strong.
It's strong, isn't it?
Very floral, but I couldn't tell you what kind of flower.
Like an azalea to me. Nice to see a water dragon. We've not seen one for a few days. So those huge stag's horn ferns start life as this, the life of a fern, and they get bigger and they start to produce fronds about the size you'd get them in the garden centre. And then they gradually become these. All my friends that keep their geckos and their frogs bioactive. Bromeliads growing wild and free. So today's Saturday, we're in a local botanic gardens. We're in a forest and woodland that showcases native Australian flora, plants. It's a Saturday. We thought we won't do anything near towns or anything, you know, sort of at all indoorsy like the aquarium, because it's a Saturday. Well, we did the right thing. There's no one here. It's midday now. It's overcast, but lovely temperature. There's no one here in hectares and hectares of forest, bogland, swampland, garden land. Absolutely fantastic. This suits me down to the ground. So to give you some idea of how dry it actually is, there's no water in any creeks here. So I've seen quite a few tree termite nests on our journeys, quite a lot, but this is the first termite mound we've seen. Pretty big. The consistency of set concrete, set cement, postcrete, you know, you can scratch at it, but it's rock hard. Anyone home? So this forest, it's thick forest and there's lots and lots of different species of plants and trees, but for sure the real giants of the forest in this bit of forest, which is probably regenerative, are few and far between. Old burnt out things, maybe lightning strike this guy here, lots of rotting stumps of truly huge trees, but for the most part, you know, don't get me wrong, these trees are really big. They're certainly full height rainforest trees, relatively smaller than some of the giants that certainly have stood here in the past for sure. So I found a skink at the end of our walk in the toilets, and seriously, there's 2 or 3 in here. Probably because it's the only place there's water. to be found. So down here, in this little damp spot where there's a hose, not only have you got the shedded skin, we've also got a cane toad that looks pretty damn scrawny, just hanging out in the wet mud. Tough times when it's a drought. This must be like an oasis at night. Lovely pond in amongst the trees. Pretty much the only water around. Little tiny grebe over there. We'd call it a dabchick in the UK, but obviously it's a different species. We're in Queensland, and that is the Glasshouse Mountains. Beautiful. Fresh water and there's life. Lots of big juicy frog tadpoles in here. There's a proper rainforest tree. The lianas going to the top. This video can't do this tree justice. Not even close. So 10 or 12 feet across there at the buttress root system. So we're in a proper bit of rainforest now. Very different from that secondary kind of growth and the pine growth that's planted around here. This is just magnificent. The buttress roots on this tree. And again, a true full-size canopy tree. Real mixture of plants, bird life, insect life, and of course, even though we're on a track through the rainforest, surprisingly gloomy when you first come in. Oh, guys, I wish I could do these things justice. That is a towering column. A living towering column, and that is massive. That's got to be 40 metres, surely. And the trees absolutely festooned with epiphytes clinging on. But the roots and the buttresses, amazing. So some idea of scale. That liana, that's 8 inches diameter. This isn't some little skinny bit of ivy. That is a trunk in its own right, going all the way up, climbing up to the top. So this is a paddy melon. Very much like a very small wallaby. Size, decent brown. Yeah, small dog. No, very small dog. Brown hair. Look at that. Used to people walking here, so not too fussed at all. But cute. Just off the beaten track, not just a few metres away.
What's it eating in that or something?
Yeah, probably.
Bits a shell coming down from its mouth.
This one's only 3 metres from the track through. Uber socialised to people. That's certainly a pretty little animal to see. And I think more impressive, really, is the size of this dead tree. This is, I know it's collapsed, guys, but this dead tree is 10 feet across in width. Just devoured by fungi and termites and beetle larvae and everything else that decomposes. Millipedes, woodlice, cockroaches, just putting that nutrients back into the forest ecosystem. What I really want to sort of get across is the columns. The trees are just columns. It doesn't matter if they're young and small. They are just straight up and down. All the foliage up in the canopy, and they are just racing for light, racing their neighbours. It's so different to the trees we tend to see in a deciduous woodland in Britain. There's just more straight line, column shaped trees. Nothing happens until they're right up the top in the canopy. And again, just supported by these phenomenal buttress roots. A sight to behold. Easily 12 foot across down there. The rainforest floor. Rainforest canopy. And that's where it is, all going on. This one must be the king of the forest. This one is epic. This area is quite a solid palm forest here. Look at this walkway, so even relatively infirm people can access this forest. Lovely facilities, lovely visitor centre, car park, amazing viewpoint of the Glasshouse Mountains, built up high. Yeah. All run by the council, all completely free to get in. Very different from the UK's attitude to getting people into the countryside. Beautiful carpet paper. Finally found a snake. Look at that. Annoyingly, there's someone coming. Good size. He's about 8 or 9 feet long. Beautiful snake. Oh, he can feel the heat on me. He actually thinks I'm food. Pretty sure his heat pits can pick me up. He can't hear me, and he's really noticed me here. So he's out hunting. He wouldn't take down a paddy melon, but he's certainly big enough to take down, a UK rabbit, I should think. Absolute stunner. Look at that. One thing keeping these guys but seeing them in their natural habitat is absolutely amazing. Do you like snakes?
Yeah.
Big carpet python down there.
Oh, really?
There's its tail and there's its head, but it's just gone under. Its head's there, look, right at this end.
Nah.
You know what you're doing? Like, with snakes?
Definitely.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
That is a snake, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I keep a lot of them.
Okay, yeah, so you
But
obviously
to
not.
see one in the wild, a python in the wild for us is like out.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool for you. Oh my goodness.
Good spot.
Yeah.
That's a great big kid, isn't it?
How did you spot him?
Just because I'm always looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Oh, that's amazing.
Pretty chilled out as well. Look at that.
Doesn't seem to care.
Nah, I'll be careful though.
Yeah.
Got good old gnashes on that.
Yeah.
One. Go there.
Better to be safe.
Look at that.
And fantail
snake,
coming in over there.
Made my day, that has. Pretty sure his heat picks are picking up. You can't hear me, and you can really notice me here. He's out hunting. Well, it's goodbye to the Glasshouse Mountains, and tomorrow, hello Sydney. But I know one thing, I prefer it here already.